Never should say good morning. I don't let people say that to me. That's a curse, it's a spell. Good is good. Are you mourning somebody?
Whoa.
That's death.
What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Let's get right into this clip that we're going to watch of this perpetual victim on TikTok. Now, I call this a crisis. This is a victimhood mindset crisis, in my opinion, because you have a whole bunch of people that live in the most softest society they could ever live in, creating and making up victimhood statuses or rhetoric or narratives, ideas that make them into a victim when they're actually not. So we're going to be watching a TikTok video, and I'm going to kind of give you a quick idea of what it's going to be about, and then we'll watch the clip together, and then there's also a clip of the backlash that she received. But anyway, so the first clip we're going to watch is her basically saying that saying good morning, especially saying good morning to black people, is racism. And it stems from a racist past from during the slave era or whatever the heck she's talking about. So let's watch this clip together, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
My guy. So let's talk about where the word good morning originated from. Good morning. All right, so during slavery times, when the women used to mourn about their child being taken away and sold to a different slave master, or if one of the family members did something that resulted into them getting whipped or killed, most of these things used to happen in the evening time, when a child was sold off or somebody was getting whipped for something. The black women used to cry all night behind it. Not even just the women, the black people in general, all the black slaves, male or female. When something happened to a family member or a close friend or anything, they used to cry all night behind it. And when the slaves used to cry about what happened all night long, the white slave masters, the oppressors, will wake up in the morning time and they'll tell the slaves, "Did you have a good morning?" Basically, did you have a good cry out? Did you do enough crying last night because of what happened to their family member a day prior? So the white oppressors came up with good morning as a mockery towards black people during the slavery times, when they used to cry and mourn and grieve over what happened to somebody when they was whipped or killed or taken off to another plantation. So it was their way to make fun of the black slaves crying that night prior. So they would ask them, "Did you have a good morning? Did you have a good cry?" And they would laugh about it. So that was their way of being funny towards the black slaves when they would cry all night about somebody that was hung, somebody that was killed. That was their way to make fun of them. Y'all know what mourning mean. All they did was take the U off of it, so nobody would think about what it really originated from. It was really a mockery towards black slaves and them making fun of what they did to their people when someone was hung, killed, or sold off to a different plantation. So that was their way of being funny. Did you have a good morning? Did you have a good cry about that person's death? Did you have a good cry about your daughter being taken away from you and sold off somewhere else? Did you have a good cry of your brother being hung yesterday? That was their way of being funny. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, so I mean, there you have it. There you have it. I have no idea why she thinks this way, but I mean, clearly, you know, what I say about people that say things like this is mainly because they don't have any true hardship. They don't experience any real life struggles or any day-to-day troubles. It's really comfortable in the society that we live in today, especially in America. So with people like her, they come up with these narratives, these ideas, and spin it to be racism or racist because they truly don't have any, experiences of oppression themselves. So for them to put themselves in the same category of people that are truly oppressed, let's say, for example, their ancestors, then she creates what basically she would deem to be racist now, so that she could be in that same category of people who were actually oppressed themselves. Because there is nothing for you to go through today that would put you in the category of oppression. There's literally nothing. There's nothing whatsoever that basically makes people oppressed today, especially in America. Other parts of the world, it's probably a debate. But in America today, there's nothing going on that oppresses people. So people like her would create these ideas or these little nuanced little narratives of how these things are racist. Things like what she just said, the police. They say, well, I'm oppressed now because the police are oppressors, and they stem from, a racist past in the back in the day of being slave catchers. Same thing with master bedroom, or even the term picnic. They pick these small ideas of racism, and make them up to be something that is actually oppressing them today. So they can actually be in the same group, in the same category of people that were actual victims of oppression. So let's watch this backlash that she received from other black people from TikTok, and we'll come right back.
About where the word good morning originated from.
This ought to be a good one.
When the slaves used to cry about what happened all night long, the white slave masters, the oppressors, will wake up in the morning time and they'll tell the slaves, "Did you have a good morning?"
This has to be one of the most embarrassing videos I've seen on this app. You want to know the craziest part? This story's actually been hashed out before. Listen, Google is free to use, so don't be making up crazy, wild things. Now, I understand that if you're a hammer, everything that you look at is a nail. Just like if you are a person that believes you are oppressed by your race or ethnicity, everything that you see around you is trying to oppress you. But the truth is, the word or phrase good morning has nothing to do with racism.
Y'all know what morning mean. All they did was take the U off of it, so nobody would think about what it really originated from.
The word morning, M-O-R-N-I-N-G, and the word morning, M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G, they're not related. Simply removing the U? What kind of English is that? That's not how it works at all. Now, it is possible that this young woman is trolling, but scrolling through her videos, I don't think so. She comes from, I'm an oppressed person mindset and mentality. So listen, no hate. I hope you see my video so you can educate yourself, so you can stop feeling so pressed on a phrase that literally is not at all what you think that it is. It will be very freeing to understand that the common phrase that is used across the globe in almost every language doesn't have a racist beginning rooted in slavery.
Welcome to another episode of What in the Actual Flip is Wrong with You? Sponsored by Please Get Over Yourself. We come together as a community to discuss the stupidity of this world. I'm so sorry. Starting off with this wonderful specimen of a human being. Are you serious? I swear, I don't know what it is about the black community that turns everything racist. It's like this hive mindset. It's absolutely an atrocity. And because of these loud, ignorant beings, we then all get looped into this loud, ignorant crowd of individuals. Are you serious? I can't with people. I just can't with people. You would almost think people are born without brain cells. Where have they gone? Because I would love to know. My gosh. Anyway, I'll see y'all next time on What the Flip is Wrong with You.
Yeah, so, there you have it. Some people are actually sane. They can actually read through the BS and not get brainwashed by people like her. But what you're going to see next is basically her doubling down on what she said initially and trying to explain it even further than what she already did in the initial video. But basically saying that, hey, they took the word morning from morning and made it into good morning so they can make fun of your morning, if that makes sense. But she's acting as if the word morning when the sun is rising and morning when you're, grieving are not mutually exclusive. She believes that the actual word mourning, like the sun, was like a derivative of mourning, of grief. And they tried to create some type of word play to make it seem like they're actually wishing you a good morning, when in her reality, they're actually mocking you or making fun of your grief or your mourning. Absolutely nonsensical, absolutely crazy. It makes no freaking sense whatsoever. But once again, like I said, people like her, they love creating these narratives because it puts them in that same category of people that are actually oppressed. So let's watch this clip of her, once again, doubling down on what she said initially.
My guy. Alright, so I woke up to a lot of comments today asking, where did you get this knowledge from? I woke up to people doing duets to my video, talking about etymology, and a whole lot of other stuff. I got a lot of people mad in the comments, and I got a lot of people happy in the comments. Really don't matter to me. I'm not here to please nobody. A lot of people that say that they woke, I noticed that a lot of y'all know that they start saying grand rising. A lot of y'all be like, where you get this research from? This the type of knowledge that you can't find in history books. Some knowledge that I speak about you will not find on Google. Like, let's be for real, history is his story. You really think the white man gonna put that in the books? It's always been good morning. Then they came out with the other word morning. See, a lot of people that know this knowledge that I told y'all on this video, they was taught from their grandparents. Because this is knowledge that grandparents will teach you that was taught to them from their grandparents, that was taught to them from their grandparents for generations and generations. And now they just taught you. This is not stuff that you gonna find in history books. I'm just telling y'all knowledge that was taught to me. Not everybody from the black community is gonna know this, because everybody lost their knowledge. A lot of people wasn't taught. They family didn't teach them. And I'm sorry for those of you who wasn't taught, but don't be trying to come to me and try to knock down what I say because what was taught to me. So a lot of y'all can stay mad and keep trying to sound so educational, talking about etymology and all this other stuff. Okay, do you. Do you. But that ain't gonna change what I was taught and what my ancestors taught. Have you ever heard a black person say when somebody tell them good morning, you will hear some of them say, what's so good about morning? Those is people who know the truth, who was either taught by their grandparents or by somebody else's grandparents who knew the truth and who was taught down the line. These are the things that they don't want to be taught or brought up. But what's done in the dark will always come to the light. There are so many modern day rituals that originated from our ancestors' pain and suffering while in captivity. And it's okay, because a lot of y'all don't know the truth, so all y'all do is laugh and put, oh my gosh, is she serious? I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Everything I talk about, I'm dead serious. I'm not coming on here to giggle and laugh with you, because to me, it ain't a laughing matter. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be people that laugh, and there's going to be people that take in the truth. It's really up to you at the end of the day. You can't help everybody. Etymology, the study and the origin of words in which their meanings have changed throughout history. Exactly, changed throughout history. It was morning, then they made morning. But the whole phrase good morning was a mockery towards the slaves. Whether if you want to believe it or not, I'm sorry your people didn't teach you. I'm sorry that your people lost their knowledge. All I'm doing is trying to help. And one thing I realized is you can't help everybody. And that's just the way of life. And I just think it's weird how most people that do duets on me, it's always from a person who was a fan. Then they get mad because you don't want to follow them back. And so they try to use your videos to gain views. And I mean, by all means necessary, do what you gotta do. But you ain't stopping nothing this way. For example, when you get a house, what do they tell you? Oh, this the master bedroom. The what now? You talking about the slave master bedroom? Okay. There's a lot of stuff y'all don't know about, but I bet you can't find that in the history books. That the reason why they call the master bedroom, is because that came from the slave master's bedroom. They always had the biggest bedroom with the best appliances and all. But you won't find that on Google. It's the same thing with that. Like I said, a lot of modern day words came from the pain and sufferings of our people from slavery. So what did I always say in 2020? The truth hurts, and it's forever facts over feelings.
Yeah, so, I mean, once again, you can't take these people seriously. You cannot take these people seriously. I don't know what it is about being a victim of something or feeling like you're oppressed. One probably is just an excuse, for not being the best version of themselves, essentially, because they can always fall back on that. Hey, why are you not as successful as you should be? Oh, the white man is oppressing me. Oh, that old slavery that, my ancestors went through is still impacting me today. Man, look, at the end of the day, why does that matter? What you just said, why does it matter? And let's give it to you. Let's say, you know what, you're right. Let's say that is where it stems from. What now? What now? What is it gonna do for you today that's gonna change your circumstances, your life? Let's say every black person, heard your message. What now? You want everybody to just stop using the phrase good morning? I mean, it's said all over the world. I don't understand what these people want to happen. That's really my question, is what now? What's next? Why does this matter? How is this going to affect you? How is it going to affect me? Based on the fact that saying good morning is racism. I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. I don't get what it's going to do, what it's going to achieve, what the ultimate goal is by pointing out these little small nuances of quote unquote racism. How does that benefit anybody? How does that benefit anybody? So are you walking around and saying, when white people say good morning to you, that they're making fun of you? Is that what you're getting at? I don't understand. I don't understand. When you talking about, well, this is why black people say grand rising, or, some black people say, when you tell them good morning, well, why is it a good morning? Those people are just miserable. They're just not having a good morning. They hate their life. They don't like what they're going through. So of course, not every morning is going to be a good morning for them. I mean, it's not because they believe that saying good morning is racism. It's absolutely nonsensical. It's absolutely delusional. These people are nuts. They're sick in the head, is what I actually believe. I mean, this victimhood mindset is truly a disease. It is a sickness. It is an absolute sickness that is taken over, especially the Gen Z. They are literally victims of everything and anything that you can possibly think of. And what's crazy about what she just said is, on how she was, able to gain the knowledge, or how she knows what she knows, is passed down from her ancestors, is what she claims, her grandparents, great-grandparents, and said that these are things that are not in the history books, things that you can't Google, things that you can't look up. And she claims that these are the things that are hidden from us on purpose and not in the history books. But what's crazy about it is, for what purpose? If everything else is in the history books, as far as all of the atrocities and the lynching that went on, why would they go as far as hiding some little phrase that they quote unquote rephrased into meaning something else? Why would they hide that? Why would they hide that? And and clearly claim that these things are not in the history books. Well, why is that? Well, because they didn't happen. They just didn't happen. It's not true. These things are made up. These things are made up. If it was true and factual, like you said, it would be in the history books. Why would they go as far as hiding this little thing, but not hide the lynching and the killing and all the other horrible things that happen? Make it make sense. It doesn't. Absolutely not. So I thought this was hilarious to bring. I love watching these videos and clowning these people, because, I mean, you can even go in the comment section and people are just like, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about exactly? So anyway, man, let's talk about this video in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you hit the like button down below. This helps the channel out tremendously, guys. Just hit the like button. I'd really, really greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy the content, you want more, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more content. See you on the next video, guys. Peace.